Hello and good afternoon and welcome to another video from Hull Reese Artist. I hope this finds you well wherever you are in the world. In the last video I did this painting of a black dog on a black background, and it's absolutely fair to say that in the week that this has been out in the world, as it were, this painting has caused more comment, and very positive comment as well, than anything else I've ever done. And thank you to all the kind people that have made such nice comments about it. I love this sort of low-key work where the subject's almost the same color as the parts of the subject anyway are almost the same color, if not the same color as the background. And a friend commented today actually that it would be interesting to see some similar work which is not black on black. Most dogs aren't jet black. And he thought that this would be worth doing. So it caused me to think, and I decided to actually have do a bit of experimentation for this week's video. I have not exactly a commission, but I have had a request to paint a Cocker Spaniel puppy for stock, so I could sell it as a limited edition print. And I needed to get on with that, so I thought I would base this video around that, but actually play with different sorts of backgrounds than what I usually do. So if I can switch over to Photoshop, that is the picture, the photograph that I want to base the paintings on. Obviously a Cocker Spaniel puppy, looking suitably angelic, and I've cut it away from the background. By doing that, and I've also removed the lower part of the body because I think I want to just paint the head and shoulders. So what I've done is play with three different backgrounds. If I can just bring them in, that's the first one. Now that is the sort of the closest to well, not the closest I could possibly get, but certainly the closest I've got in these three options to having a background which is the same color as parts of the dog, just a little bit darker, in fact, some parts of the background. And that was quite an interesting experiment. I haven't obviously done any painting yet. This is just really just looking at the backgrounds. But I've done sort of variations on this as well, which I thought you would be interesting for you to see. First of all is this one, which is sort of even darker, but has got a slightly reddish tint in it. But the actual area around the dog itself is almost black. And then my favourite so far, which is not at all quite the black on black equivalent, the brown on brown, is this one, which I'm sort of thinking in my mind I'm calling a flame background. And this one I've done by using various Photoshop tricks and not tricks, but Photoshop features um, to change uh, a background which is turn the dog off a minute. Um, that's the base background, which has got this fairly reddish um, layer to it or tone to it, and then I've put that on top. But I've used what's called a blending mode called linear light rather than the normal blender. So that's the proper color, the color of the actual background. But I've changed it to that effect by having by having it in this different what Photoshop calls a blending mode, and it doesn't really matter what that is. Uh, it's just an interesting effect, really. So what I propose to do before the next video is paint um, each of these three. So if I just cycle between them, that being the closest to a brown on brown, that being the most intriguing one to me, and that one being a little bit of a halfway house. And just see what people think. So I will get on with that during the coming few days now, and I'll see what you guys think of the paintings when I put them up, or when we do this video next week. In between, I have two new commissions to post onto Facebook and onto Instagram. One is of a cat and one a dog, a golden retriever that belongs to someone I know who commissioned it as a gift for his father-in-law. I actually did that particular painting quite a few months ago, but because it was a gift and it was actually a gift for a wedding, um, then it's been under wraps for quite some time. So keep a lookout for two more commissions coming along, and if you there's my Facebook and Instagram addresses, and my website address as well, if you want to drop me a message on any of those channels and say what you think about the work. Keep it polite, please. Then I would love to hear from you. So until next week, and when we'll talk about the three different versions of the Cocker Spaniel puppy. I hope you have a great week, and every blessing to you, whatever you're doing. Bye now.